guys, editing Beatrice here, and yeah, I don't know, but I was supposed to. This is for February. I didn't end up reading any of these books, and I never ended up editing this video and posting it in February. So I still don't read all of these books in March. So this is now my March TBR. But I will be saying February. But just so you know, it's March, not February. But yeah. Welcome back, guys, to another video. This might be very late, but I decided to do it now because I thought, why not? But anyway, I haven't done a TBR in a very long while because I think it was like towards the end of last year, I realized that I was just getting into reading slumps, and it was like very mini reading slumps. And the reason for that was I was creating TBRs, and every time I wouldn't stick to them, or I just wasn't in the mood, I'd create a TBR at the start of the month, and then by the end of the month I just didn't want to read any of those books, and I never ended up reading any of the books in my TBR. And so I just decided to stop making TBRs anymore because it was just throwing me off. And ever since then, it has helped me, but I kind of do miss making these TBR videos. So I thought that today, this year, new me and everything, I'm going to try to make a TBR for February. It's more like, it's not something I have to stick to. It's more like books that I'm in the mood for, but I don't have to read this month. It's just if I'm in the mood for a book, or books that are a bit high on my priority list that I do want to read. And I've made a list of all them. And yeah, can't wait to get into this video. So let's go. It's, of course, the Court of Thorns and Roses series, which will be in a video, and it's also a series I'm in the middle of, so I will be reading it for a video, and I'd want to finish this series this month. I've got, obviously, I think I've got 4 more books to go. So yeah, I would likely want to finish this month. Probably after I finish the Magnolia Park series and I finish Daisy Hate, I'm gonna go into this series to finally finish it, because I'm in the mood to read some fantasy. I haven't read fantasy in so long, and I'm feeling that kick again. So after I finish the Magnolia Park series, I will definitely be going into the Court of Thorns and Roses series, which will be in a video, so watch out for that, because I'm really excited to film that as well. Then I will also be reading, hopefully, the Chestnut Springs series. I read the first book, and there's also these books, which, yes, are series I'm in the middle of. And will also be in a video, hopefully this month. Lots of videos coming out this month, hopefully. Some of them might only be coming out next month due to editing and me having other stuff. So I do want to read this month. It might be a stretch because, as you know, the Court of Thorns and Roses books are huge, and I still need to read Daisy Hates. I still need to finish the video I'm filming where I'm reading the Natural series, and then I want to move on to the Court of Thorns and Roses series, and this is my priority. I want to finish the Court of Thorns and Roses this month. If I manage to finish that and still have a couple of days until the next month, I will probably start on the Chestnut Springs series and probably read the Chestnut Springs series, because I'm preparing for a very big video that I'm filming that I'm super excited for, that I'm not saying anything because I'm going to keep it secret for now. It will probably come out, if this is my TBR, it will probably come out in March. If everything goes well with my TBR, it will go out. Like, if I manage to finish the Court of Thorns and Roses series, and if I manage to finish the Chestnut Springs series, it will probably come out sometime in March. If not, if I have to read this in March, it will probably come out by the end of March. But yeah, the Chestnut Springs series, definitely excited to read this. Also watch out for a video for that as well. And then these are just books that I might read if I'm just in the mood for them and don't want to read series, because all the books I've mentioned are for videos. I think that's the only books I have on videos, but these rest ones are just mood reading books. If I'm not in the mood to read those series, or if I want a little palate cleanser in between reading series, because reading series can take a toll on you sometimes, especially a big fantasy series. If I want a palate cleanser, or if I want to do a bit of mood reading, I've got these books that I actually picked up today. And one of them is 19 Steps by Millie Bobby Brown. I actually never knew she wrote a book, but I was in the works today and I walked in and I saw this book and I was like, Millie Bobby Brown. I was like, huh? I must be hearing wrong. And I turned it over to the author thing, and that's her. And I was like, since when did she write a book? Apparently this came out in 2023. I had no freaking clue that. I swear I recognized the cover, but I didn't know it was written by her. But I do recognize the cover. And I think this story is loosely set on her family in World War II, and it's based on true events. I think it follows her grandmother. It's like loosely based on true events. It follows her grandmother in World War II and how World War II affected her family and how her family went through World War II. And it's like a romance as well. Yeah, it's a romance. It says, I think it's like a little love triangle as well. It says, despite the raging war, spirited 18-year-old Nellie Morris lives a quiet life in the tight-knit East End community of Bethnal Green. Her family and friends all tease that she will marry Air Raid Warden Billy, the boy next door who's always been sweet to her. It's like the good boy. The arrival of Ray, a handsome American airman stationed nearby, causes Nellie to question everything she thought she knew about her future. Nellie's newfound happiness is short-lived when a tragic accident occurs during an air raid. Even the close family can't escape the devastation of war, and as the secrets and truth about that fateful night become clear, they threaten to tear Nellie and those dearest to her apart. So it's kind of like a romance mystery, because there's some people keeping secrets. There's an accident that happened, and we find out what actually happened in that accident. When I read that, I was like, that sounds absolutely amazing. And it says it's inspired by her family history. I was like, that sounds amazing. So I got it. I got into the car and I realised that it's a bit ripped. I don't know if I did that when I was getting into the car because I was a bit brutal, or if it was already like that. But I don't really care. I'm not that stingy about my books and their display. So I can't wait to read this. And I'd really like to find time to read this month as a little palate cleanser. This is like probably one of my most anticipated books to read this month because I'm just really interested in this. This is slowly bringing me out of my mini book slump that I'm currently in, so I'm really excited for that. Next is also a book that I bought today, and that is God Killer by Hannah Kane. I've seen this book everywhere. The cover is beautiful, which is obviously what drew my attention to it. It's absolutely beautiful. But this is like a fantasy book, and it's really interesting. It's about this woman, and her family was murdered by a god, and gods are forbidden in this world now because I'm guessing they were dangerous, but they still sometimes wander the kingdom. And she basically makes it her life mission to kill gods and like eradicate the earth of gods. But then she meets a god that she actually can't kill, so she travels on this journey to figure out a way to kill the god, I think. But to find out that, she has to go to the city of gods, basically, which obviously she's a person who kills gods. Going to the city of gods, I don't know if there's any romance in there. I didn't see that much hint of romance. I didn't see that much hint of romance in it in the description. I don't know if it has romance or not, but it just seems really, really amazing, and I just can't stop staring at the cover. So I've added this because I'm also really excited to read this. Next, I put Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Now, I knew something about this. I honestly forgot that she did write this book. I kind of forgot that she wrote this book, but I saw it in the store today, and I was like, Ali Hazelwood, and I was like, yeah. So I bought it. If you've seen my last video, I did read Check and Mate by her, which I really liked. I think I rated it 3 or 4 stars, something like that, and I really did like it. So I thought I'd try this one out because I love fantasy. Ali Hazelwood. She's an author that I have a mixed relationship with. I read The Love Hypothesis a long time ago, didn't like it, but I must say that was probably because I was in a reading slump. Read Check and Mate, did like it, so it's I'm on mixed position. And then there's this book that not many people actually talk about by her. I've seen it around, I've seen some people talk about it, but there's not much hype around this book. I don't know if this was released before or after the STEM romance series, but fantasy is my favorite series, and this sounds right up my alley. It sounds a bit confusing, but it's about this woman named Misery Lark, and she's the daughter of a vampire. I love vampires, so that's even better. And basically she's I think she has to go live with werewolves, what I'm getting from this. Yeah, I think she gets sent to live with werewolves because there's some big... It sounds like this has lots of politics, but she gets sent to live with werewolves, and I think there's a romance in it because... Yeah, there's a marriage of convenience. Right, so what I'm getting from this is that her father's a vampire, I think she's a vampire, and she gets sent to live with these werewolves to create this alliance or something, and she has to marry one of them, and it's like a marriage of convenience between her and a werewolf, and apparently I think the werewolves and the vampires are like enemies in this book, but I'm not sure. So yeah, she has to marry him, so it's like marriage of convenience, enemies to lovers sort of book, and it sounds really interesting. So I was like, I put that on my list, and I also got this today, so I was like, yeah, putting books on my TBR, and hopefully this month I'll also be taking them off my TBR. So yeah. And the next and final books is the last of the Natural series, which I'm currently in the middle of, All In, and I'm currently reading All In, and this is Bad Blood. I just don't have it all in here with me. I'm in the middle of reading All In, but if you've seen my series video, if it's out before this, I took a break from reading All In because I was getting in a reading slump. That the book was putting me in a reading slump. Not because I didn't like it, it's just because I'm not in the mood for thriller books right now. And I think it wasn't the fact that it was poorly written or that I didn't like the storyline. It was literally, the storyline's interesting. It was literally just the fact that it's a thriller mystery book. And I'm not really in the mood for thriller mystery books. I'm more in the mood right now, I think, for romances and fantasies. Because as you can see, all the books I basically put on my TBR are fantasies or romances or romanticities. So yeah, I'm in the mood for romance and fantasies, but I do want to try and get to this month, especially since I've already started All In. So I do want to finish the series because this is part of a series I'm in the middle of, and I did start this for the video. So in the video, I took a break from reading All In, and I started reading Magnolia Parks, One Way Home, and I was hoping that after I finish Magnolia Parks series, after I finish Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates, I will come back to the Natural series and hopefully be able to finish it for that video. If not, then we'll have to find another series to finish for that video. We'll have to find another series if I'm just not in the mood, and we'll probably just put this series down for a bit until I'm in the mood for a thriller. But if I see that even after reading all them that I'm still not in the mood to read thrillers right now, I will just put this series down for a little bit. I'm not completely DNFing the series. I do want to continue because I do like it. But there's not much romance in this either. There is a love triangle in the first book, and there's more romance in the first book, but like, I don't know, the romance just doesn't really interest me. The reason why I read this is for the Criminal Minds aspect of it. But yeah, if I'm not in the mood, I will put this down, and I'll probably, for that video, try and finish one of the series from here. Maybe probably the Twisted series. I'll probably try and finish the Twisted series. So that might be a book that I read in February as well. If I see that I can't finish this, I'll put it down and I'll read the Twisted series, because I like to have two series I'm finishing. So I do want to finish the Twisted series and the Magnolia Park series to make the video a bit longer, because then the video's just not going to be that long if I'm just filming me reading Magnolia Parks. So yeah, but I hope I can finish this month. Hope I can find the time. As of right now, out of every single book I put on TBR, this is the book I'm least interested in to read. I'm not really interested in reading this, but things could change. Things could change throughout the month. Like I said, I could tomorrow I could wake up and I could see that every single book I put on my TBR, or the romances or the fantasies, I'm not in the mood for any of them, and now I just want to read thrillers. Things could change. Things could change. Anyway, that's a sign that this video needs to come to an end now, and I'll see you guys later. I hope I get to these books. I'm really, really excited to read them. I feel like I'm coming out of my book slump because I'm really excited to read all the books. So yeah, hope you liked and enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Check out my TikTok and Goodreads, which have now all been linked in the description. And I think my Instagram, my Bookstagram has also been linked in the description if you want to go check out my Bookstagram. I'm gonna try to post on there, but YouTube and TikToks is kind of my main focus, but I will try. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.